You know, there's something I've been wanting to share with you because it shocked me the first time I read about it. A few years ago, the World Health Organization made an announcement that sent ripples across the world. Something so common in our kitchens, in our breakfasts, our family barbecues, was officially linked to one of the deadliest cancers in the world, colon cancer. And here's the thing. I bet you've eaten it in the past week. Maybe even today. Now, before you think, oh no, she's going to tell me to never enjoy my favorite foods again, let me reassure you, I'm not here to scare you into giving up life's pleasures. I'm here to help you make choices that protect your health, give you more energy, and keep you living longer, with less fear of the illnesses that take too many of our loved ones far too soon. And yes, that includes knowing which foods are quietly harming us from the inside. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what this meat is, why the science is so clear on the danger, and how to make easy, delicious swaps without feeling deprived for a second. But first, if you're new here, welcome. This is your space for natural, science-based tips on preventing disease, feeling stronger, and aging with grace and energy. If you want to take care of yourself naturally, with practical strategies you can start today, then go ahead and subscribe. This way you won't miss any of my weekly videos that are designed to keep you, and your loved ones, healthier for years to come. So let's talk about colon cancer for a second. You might know it as colorectal cancer, and it's not just another cancer on the list. In many countries, including the US, it's the second or third leading cause of cancer death. That means it claims hundreds of thousands of lives every single year. What's scary is that it often develops silently. You might feel perfectly fine until it's already advanced. There are several things that can raise your risk. Some we can't control, like getting older or having a family history. Others, though, are completely in our hands. And one of the biggest is the way we eat. That's both terrifying and empowering, because it means that while food can increase your risk, it can also protect you. And that brings me to the villain in our story today: processed meat. We're talking about bacon, ham, hot dogs, sausages, salami, deli meats, even some of those gourmet, cured meats people put on charcuterie boards. They're convenient, they taste good, they've been part of family meals for generations. But they also come with a price tag your body pays later. The science here is actually more straightforward than you might think. Back in 2015, the International Agency for Research on Cancer, which is part of the World Health Organization, looked at all the evidence and classified processed meat as a Group 1 carcinogen. That means the evidence is strong enough to say it definitely causes cancer in humans. To give you perspective, tobacco and asbestos are also in Group 1. Red meat, on the other hand, beef, pork, lamb, is in Group 2A, meaning it probably causes cancer. The evidence is not as strong as with processed meat, but it's strong enough to raise a red flag. But how does meat, something so natural in human history, become dangerous? The problem is what's done to it, and how we cook it. Processed meats often contain nitrates and nitrites. These are used to preserve the color, keep the meat from spoiling, and enhance flavor. Sounds harmless enough, right? Well, in our bodies, these compounds can turn into nitrosamines, which are strongly linked to cancer development. Then there's the heme iron found in red meat. While our bodies need iron, this particular form, in excess, can trigger the formation of harmful compounds in the gut lining. And if you're someone who loves your meat well done, with that crispy, charred edge, here's where it gets even trickier. Cooking meat at very high temperatures, grilling, frying, or barbecuing, can create heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs. These are fancy scientific names for chemicals that have been shown to damage DNA and increase cancer risk. Now, let me give you some numbers so this really sinks in. According to the WHO, eating just 50 grams of processed meat per day, that's about 2 slices of bacon or 1 hot dog, increases your risk of colorectal cancer by about 18%. And for red meat, eating 100 grams a day, think a small steak, may increase your risk by 17%, if the link is truly causal. And I know what you might be thinking, 18%? That doesn't sound huge. But here's the thing, if you have other risk factors, if you eat processed meat regularly, and you add that up over decades, the risk becomes very real. And unlike age or genetics, this is something you can change starting with your next meal. I remember talking to a client, a lovely woman in her 50s, who had grown up eating bacon every morning. It was just part of life. When her brother was diagnosed with colon cancer at 56, she started looking into their family history and their diets. What she found scared her, but it also empowered her to make changes. She switched to smoked salmon on whole grain toast, used avocado and egg for flavor and satiety, and saved bacon for a rare treat, maybe once every few months. She didn't feel deprived, and her digestion, energy, and even her skin improved within weeks. And that's the message I want to give you. You don't have to give up everything you love. You just need to shift the balance in favor of your health. So what can you do? Here are some delicious, satisfying swaps. Instead of ham in your sandwich, try grilled chicken breast, turkey slices without nitrates, or even mashed chickpeas with herbs for a plant-based option. If you love sausage in your breakfast, experiment with seasoned turkey patties or lentil patties. Craving something smoky? Smoked paprika and roasted vegetables can give you that same depth of flavor without the harmful compounds. Fish is another excellent choice. Salmon, sardines, trout, they're high in protein and rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which actually help lower inflammation. Eggs are another nutrient powerhouse, especially when paired with vegetables. And of course, legumes, beans, lentils, chickpeas, not only give you protein, they're loaded with fiber, which is a huge protector against colon cancer. Speaking of fiber, this is your secret weapon. Fiber helps keep your digestion moving, feeds the good bacteria in your gut, and binds to some of those harmful compounds so they're flushed out instead of causing trouble. Women should aim for at least 25 grams of fiber a day, and men about 38 grams. But most people don't even get half of that. Adding more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes can make a big difference. Another tip: if you do eat meat, be mindful of how you cook it. Instead of high-heat grilling until it's charred, try baking, steaming, or slow cooking. If you're going to grill, marinating the meat beforehand, especially with herbs like rosemary or thyme, can reduce the formation of harmful chemicals. And here's something interesting that most people don't know. Certain foods can actually help counteract some of the damage. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts contain compounds that support your body's natural detox pathways. Berries, rich in antioxidants, can help protect your cells from oxidative stress. Even green tea has been shown to have protective effects. I'm not saying these foods cancel out the risk of processed meat, they don't, but they do support your body in handling everyday exposures. Think of it as giving your body the tools it needs to defend itself. Now, I know food is more than just nutrition. It's culture, it's memories, it's family. And the idea of changing your eating habits can feel overwhelming. But I've seen time and time again that when women start making these changes, swapping processed meat for fresh, whole foods, they don't just lower their risk of cancer. They often lose excess weight, sleep better, and feel more energetic. It's like their body has been waiting for that relief from constant, low-level inflammation. So here's what I suggest. Take a week and just notice how often processed meat shows up in your meals. You might be surprised. Then, for the following week, see if you can replace just half of those servings with something healthier. Little by little, you'll find your taste buds adjusting, your body feeling better, and your risk going down. And please, share this video with someone you care about. We all have friends and family who still think processed meat is harmless because we've always eaten it. The truth is, our grandparents didn't have the same processed food environment we do today. The amounts, the additives, the cooking methods, it's all changed, and not for the better. Before we wrap up, let me remind you, your health is not about perfection, it's about direction. Every small choice you make towards fresher, more natural foods is a step towards a healthier, longer, and more vibrant life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss these natural, science-based health tips. It's one of the easiest things you can do to keep learning how to protect and strengthen your body every single week. And if you're ready to take the next step in protecting your health, you'll want to see my upcoming video. stroke survivor reveals. Simple signs 1 month before. Some of these signs are so subtle you could easily ignore them, but knowing them could save your life or the life of someone you love. So keep an eye out. And until then, take care of yourself, make those small swaps, and remember, your future health is being built with the choices you make today.